me, is Herbert Bailey in?
No.
When will he be back?
By any chance be Ken?
Cadet Kenneth Carslake, at your service, miss. Will you... Don't tell me that you're married.
Yes.
Well, how do you do?
It's very nice to meet you, Ken.
Herbie said some wonderful things about you. I must say, he certainly didn't do you justice. It's the motto of Carter Military Academy. Never without honor. I hope, everybody. I certainly appreciate your lending me Jeff's things, Mrs. Stone.
Oh, well, that was the least we could do.
Oh, let me tell you, Mrs. Stone, in my... Did I say something funny?
Sam, can we have a couple of beers?
Yes, ma'am.
Large enough to support me.
Had a blanket spread out on the beach. They were having a fight there.
Did you tell all this to the police?
Sure, but they just don't dig. Last I heard, Sanchez is on the loose, and he's guilty.
Oh, Simon may still be in there.
Look, we're 3 against 1. If he tries anything, we'll beat his ears off.
What makes you think he wouldn't? I don't know a thing about Moss, do you?
I do, Mr. W. A buddy of mine shipped him the Felix one time. That's all he could take. Well, Moss starves his crew darn near. Lives pretty high in the hog himself, though. Champagne, caviar.
On shore, too?
Well, he's the last of the big-time spenders. But on what?
Well, I should have known she's too pretty to be any kin to you.
Whiskey's one of the 2 things I miss most.
We go after a general and we get this nobody colonel. It's of no use to us at all.
Well, in that case, I better go before I wear out my welcome.
Stay right here. Well, not much, but in some small way, I'll avenge my brother tomorrow.
Why don't we shoot him today?
Huh? You're going to shoot me?
Well, since you are not important enough to be exchanged for my brother.
Everything, huh? That's exactly what you're gonna have to do. You gotta be strong, and people gotta hang together. And people are gonna need you. Holly, Tiffany, even Robert.
I don't care what I gotta say.
Well, then maybe you should care what they have to say.
It don't matter anymore, right? It just doesn't matter.
Blackie, I really feel that this is a test for all of us. And that's understandable. We are too, but we have to deal within the framework of reason.
I'm sorry, but I've done that for about 3 years. Reason, that is.
Fine.
Well, no more. I'm sorry. No more.
All right. Why would Diana tell you? After 3 years, why?
All right, I tell you what, we're headed home. No! And, yes, we're going to have a pot of very hot, strong tea. Mark.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure we can arrange that.
What do you think? Would you like that?
I'm going to go and pick up some things for him, just in case.
Great, thank you. Leslie, she's not going to make it this time. She just isn't. Only a miracle will save her.
Dr. Rick!
Hi. Well, what do we have here? She was not calm at all that night, so I don't know if her story's any different than...
No, it's the same. It's the same story.
You're going to have to ask Scotty for his specific reasons for hiding the truth from Laura, but Scotty has been almost as protective of Laura as I have. A sexual relationship. I was cheating on your mother. Now, isn't that enough?
It's time for the Family Feud. Introducing the General Hospital family. John Baradino, Denise Alexander, Chris Robinson.
Chris Robinson, who plays her husband on the show, Rick Weber.
Sure, a minute ago, I was desperate for coffee or anything that would finesse the moments.
Since when was a woman that vague about something she wanted?
Oh, now we're going to lump all women into one category. Is that it? They all act alike.
In some things, yes.
I'm not a doctor, but I play one on TV. And when many adults get a cough, they play doctor at home. They treat their cough with the same medicine they originally bought for their children. They need one of the adult formulas from Vicks. For the coughs adults get, with the strength adults need. Formula 44 for cough.
I think you're forgetting 4 dead miners.
The Braves who killed those miners were Cheyenne.
One Plains tribe is just as guilty as another. As soon as we wipe them all out, the better.
This is not a war of extermination, Lieutenant.
It's not a war at all the way you fight it. You won't tame them by running from them.
12 o'clock high. Chris Robinson.
You know, the story goes that one of those V1s went wild. Blew up a bunker in Hitler's field headquarters. He got out all right. Now, pal, if you want trouble from me, you'll get it. If I were you, I'd look around first. You're pretty well outnumbered. Look, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to drag you into this, but... Listen, the CIC is searching this entire town for you. We're wondering, sir, Carmichael going to dismantle that entire V1 with the Nazis breathing down our neck?
No, the Swedes are going to take it apart.
Now, be careful, sir. I wouldn't give you a Confederate $3 bill.
I don't want anyone leaving first class. The news of this tragedy is best if it doesn't go beyond this section of the aircraft.
Come and sit over here, Miss.
Excuse me, Miss Greer. I'm going to take Mr. Bigard upstairs.
Wait. Please. He was, carrying something.
London's 2 hours off. Mr. Carney, radio Heathrow. I want Scotland Yard standing by before anyone can leave this aircraft.
What does all this have to do with
Could she have run away? Is it possible Savannah left home of her own accord?
That is absolutely absurd. Why would you even think that?
Thanks for not turning me into the cops.
I've already spoken to the governor. I'm bringing in the top expert in the country.
Savannah Smile, starring Chris Robinson and Barbara Stanger, with special guest star Peter Graves.
But occasionally, one is really dangerous.
But you and your husband really have kicks together.
He's a slope-jawed, green-eared tenderfoot. I mean, first he breaks Trampus's leg. What's he doing out here now? You gonna take Trampus's job?
That's not why he came out here.
What do you mean by that?
You know what I mean by that.
Anyway, that's comfortable for you. Oh. Upstairs.
Stay and draw me again.
Lee, it's getting late, and I'm afraid with this, and I feel a little tired.
What else did you notice about her?
It's big. Reddish-brown hair. She was crying. Running through a graveyard.
That's exactly right.
I got something for you. And if I get married, have the tourists gawk at my wife and children? Well, you tell any more lies about my father, and I'll kill you so slow. Meet Susie Stanley.
Home on the open ranges.
Even a sorry shot couldn't miss one of them things. And that in the lead looks like a turkey buzzard about to take off.
Packs a Bible in one pocket.
What do you think so darn funny?
Them poor scarecrows up yonder flapping their wings. Sorry, ma'am. I mean, ain't it a shame?
As God Almighty is my witness.
Gambiti, this kind of transaction demands movement. Now, the heat is everywhere. You should know that better than anybody else.
Oh, I do know that, Vic. That's why I'm careful. Green eyes, handles himself well.
The car was out there then, whoever's in it, they must have gotten out and...
But that wasn't the money I saw on the road.
I know nothing about that. I brought you the right stuff.
We are running this show from here on in. I want to know everything about this kid. Tell me about the power. Every superhero has a weakness.
There is a story that has to be told. The story of a teenage girl